for those of you who may or may not know, Bruce Springsteen is my favorite musician. He always has. He's been for...
It's kind of his only musician.
That is not true.
You say that.
That is not true.
Okay.
Again, you just talked right out of your bum, and it's not true.
Okay, guys.
He is my favorite musician, though. I do not deny that. And so Backstreets is a fan site and magazine that has been operated by a huge Springsteen supporter since 1980 or even 1979. It started sometime around then. But as a result...
It's like a relic.
As a result of Bruce basically allowing Ticketmaster to do what they did, which is to allow these ticket prices to price out his real fans, Backstreets is shutting down after 43 years. And this is not because they didn't have support. This is because they stopped supporting Bruce.
Hold on a second. Bono was never married to Cher. That's ridiculous, people.
Maybe they dated.
Never married to Cher. Bono's been with the same woman forever and eternity, and he has never been with Cher.
He just has 1,000 girlfriends on the side.
That may be, but he's never been married to Cher. I can think of her husbands in my head. I can't name all of them, but he's definitely not one of them. I lost track after like Greg Allman and Rob Simonetti.
A magazine and website that has served Bruce Springsteen's fans for 43 years is shutting down, with its publisher writing that he's been disillusioned by the debate over ticket prices from their hero's current tour. Backstreets has been an unusually robust publication that imposed journalistic rigor on its writing and photography while leaving no doubt of its fan worship. But the complaints about high ticket prices left people there dispirited, downhearted, and yes, disillusioned. Disappointment is a common feeling among hardcore fans in the Backstreets community. Springsteen's manager, John Landau, said, "We are very sorry to hear the news of Backstreet's closing, and we want to thank Chris Phillips for his 30 years of dedication on behalf of Springsteen fans everywhere." Doesn't sound like they're that sorry. There was an uproar among some Springsteen fans when tickets first went on sale last summer, particularly over Ticketmaster's dynamic pricing model, which is actually facing congressional hearings I believe as we speak, which sent tickets soaring over 5,000 or more when they were in high demand. At a congressional hearing last month, following the fiasco over Ticketmaster's handling of Taylor Swift tour tickets, U.S. one of the most conservative senators, mind you, John Kennedy of Louisiana, suggested major artists like Springsteen and Swift should demand fee caps.
You think?
Springsteen's team has defended the prices as being in line with what is charged today by many of his peers.
I'm disgusted.
Who gives a flying F what your peers charge?
Oh my God.
What the hell does that matter?
I can't believe
you have always been the rock star who has always defined himself as somebody who traveled in a van and not a limousine.
Apparently not now, my friend.
Like many artists, he says he's annoyed when unscrupulous ticket brokers, not the music. It's like writing a strongly worded letter and expecting that to make a difference. You can say either you change or I don't play. You could do that. You're already worth $500 million. But no, let's do this. Many Springsteen fans have been with him for decades, appreciating his working class New Jersey roots, and roots should be in quotes now because those roots are not the same, and can remember when a ticket for a 4-hour high-energy show on the Darkness Tour in 1978 could be had for $7.50. And if you were to adjust that for inflation, it would probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of about $25 to $30. That's what it would be. That's not reality anymore. Springsteen hasn't backed down, telling Rolling Stone magazine that fans unhappy with the price after seeing the show can have their money back. Again, that's not
Bruce,
that's such a bad look,
it's
man.
So bad, Bruce. Oh my God, Bruce. Why? I'm glad that I've seen him. The amount of times I've seen him several times. He does do an amazing show. The E Street Band's phenomenal. It is a 4-hour, he rocks. He does. And they play, they take requests. They never have a set list. They are really good. But this is just really I purposely wouldn't see him now.
The prices that they're trying to charge are the type of prices that in the modern era, if the Born in the USA tour was happening right now, they would do it. And in many instances, they would get away with it because that was a different time and a different Bruce. If you saw the Born in the USA tour, you would understand that, yeah, it's the rock experience of your life. Bruce Springsteen in his 70s with his band charging this money, this is nuts.
I saw him, Born in the USA, Orange Bowl. It was amazing. It really was.
80,000 people. I mean.
It was crazy.
And he was one cool rockin' daddy at that time. I'm not saying he can't still rock.
He was married to Julianne Phillips.
And I got to tell you, one of the things that Patti Scalfa, even when they were just bandmates, was doing, one of the things you will notice as a Springsteen aficionado, I will tell you, if you go back and you watch the 85 tour when they were doing the Born in the USA tour, you could tell that he actually did vocal exercises before he went on stage. He would practice, he would actually make his voice, and he could, at that time, he could carry a decent tune. A lot of other times, he literally sounds like he's talking his way through music.
Yeah.
But at that time, he really valued it. And that's why it's heralded as one of the greatest tours ever. What he's doing now, that's not the same thing.
By
Not
the
even
way,
close.
that was also the same. That was right around the same year that I saw Prince Purple Rain.
With Purple Rain. It was.
At the same stadium, by the
Yeah.
way. It was a great year. It was a great year, guys. I'm telling you.
That stuff doesn't exist anymore. And I love Bruce.
Glorious.
But Bruce can't sing anymore.
Certain types of voices do not age well. That's just what it is. Those raspy voices do not always age well. And it just depends. Some people still sound the same. I have to tell you, I've gone to see James Taylor a few times recently.
Former President James Taylor? Sorry.
And his voice is still just as butter soft, beautiful. Like, it's amazing. It really is. So it's not all people, but Bruce has that kind of voice. It's just not.
This is where it gets bad. You thought it was bad already?
No, I'm really getting disgusted. I kind of wish you weren't telling me this.
This is even worse. You certainly don't like to be the poster boy for high ticket prices, but said you have to own your decisions and do your best. Phillips wrote that many Backstreet's readers have lost interest because they can't afford to go to the show.
Oh my God.
Obviously. He said he hasn't given up on being a fan of Springsteen's music, and the others shouldn't either. We simply realized that we would not be able to cover this tour with the drive and sense of purpose. If that's not a wake-up call, that the publication that has basically been keeping you with a fan base that will turn out in record numbers.
He doesn't care anymore. That's the bottom line. And you know, there are still people that do their best. There are still artists that do their best to be able to control that. And it's if you really care about people being able to see you and share your art and be part of it, that's just not realistic. And part of it is also a venue problem, because Billy Joel's coming, and I can't tell you guys, or he was just here, the amount of times I've seen him. I've seen him, and the only reason I even really cared to go and do it again now is because my younger wants to go, and it's the first time he wants to go see him. Yes. Carla, yes, it was the best. But so I wanted to take him, but I want to say it's something like 500 and change are the crappy seats, a ticket to take my kid to go see. And it's like, that's just crazy. Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.